edible you took hours ago still hasn't kicked in?
Guess I'll take another dose.
The relaxing Indica gummy you bought gave you an anxiety attack?
Just one gummy. What could go wrong, right?
And you ate a mango to get higher, but nothing happened.
Your edible experience is a lie. Here's the truth.
Almost everything that you've been told about edibles is not true and mostly is folklore. In this video, I'm going to break down every one of these cannabis edible myths that's probably costing you money and leading you to bad experiences. And we're going to break down why they are truly myths and back it up by science. Before understanding edibles, you got to understand this one crucial fact. Taking edibles and smoking cannabis are two totally different things. When you smoke, it hits your brain blood barrier extremely quick, between 30 seconds to 2 minutes. When you take edibles, you are taking a totally different process, man, that takes anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. THC goes to your brain, but when you eat it first, it takes a wild journey through your liver first. Your liver takes regular THC and turns it into a totally different compound, basically called THC-11. This compound is called 11-hydroxy-THC, and it's extremely more potent than Delta-9 cannabis THC. It's more intense, longer lasting, and just having this knowledge is going to break down the biggest myth of all. Myth number 1, the Indica and Sativa lie. You buy edibles based on Indica or Sativa. You get Indica edibles if you're looking for something to help you sleep. You get Sativa edibles if you're looking for something to give you energy.
Indica makes you sleepy, Sativa makes you hype. Not in edibles. Once digested, it's all about the cannabinoids and terpenes, not the strain label.
The science says for edibles that this is almost entirely marketing. The compounds that make a strain energizing, sleepy, or happy are fragile terpenes. Most of them are destroyed in the heating process of turning cannabis into an edible. What you got left is, if anything, is trace amounts of terpenes. Basically, these trace amounts are near impossible to have any effect on how the cannabis hits you. So right there, bust it. Indica and Sativa, when you're dealing with edibles, is strictly a marketing scheme, and that's it. When it comes down to effect, it doesn't matter if you're buying an Indica or a Sativa version of an edible, because the terpene compounds that can cause these effects are basically non-existent in the end finished product. Mangoes will make you higher. This is a myth. The myth basically derived from the terpene myrcene, which is known to have a sedative, relaxing, sleepy effect. So this made cannabis consumers think that if you ate a mango with the edibles, that you would have a better and more robust effect. So this myth is totally busted by science, and the reason is science basically proves that myrcene has no effect on the brain when it comes down to THC, and if it could affect the brain, it would take a huge, substantial amount of myrcene to do this, and to get that amount of myrcene, you would have to eat thousands of mangoes. So that myth, totally busted. Mangoes is not gonna make your high better when dealing with edibles cannabis. It's scientifically impossible. Can you overdose off of edibles? The answer to this is a hard no. There has never been a report or a documented overdose or death related to THC or cannabis, man. Now, cannabis can be harmful and it can cause psychoactive effects if you take too much. But as far as a death or any type of extreme circumstance where somebody was really harmed from cannabis never been documented. It never happened. But you also got to keep in mind that cannabis bad effect, it can happen if you take too much cannabis. That can result in psychosis and other types of effects, anxiety, feeling, sick, ill, throwing up, but nothing that can affect you terminally. So that myth, busted. Science has busted all three of these cannabis edible myths. Alright, man, let's recap. Indica and Sativa, that is a marketing ploy for edibles. It doesn't exist. Like I said, the terpenes basically are terminated within the process of turning flower into edibles, and the terpenes that are left, if any, will not affect your high. So if you're going for Indica or Sativa for a certain reason when it comes down to edibles, stop, because it doesn't make any difference. Eating mangoes to make your cannabis high better, also a myth. Science proves that this is impossible, and you would have to eat thousands and thousands of mangoes to actually even be close to having the effect. So that is also a myth that's busted by science. And third, and most importantly, can you overdose from THC edibles? And that is also a hard no. That myth is busted by science. It's never happened. It's never been documented, although you can have adverse effects from taking too much cannabis. Yo, I hope this video helped you guys, man. If anybody's having any doubts about cannabis and these myths that are out there, hopefully you find this video and get some clarification, man. Yo, share this video. Let people know that these myths are busted by science, man. Don't forget, subscribe to the video if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up, and have a lit day, guys. Peace.